Wednesday, back at it again. Another trading day. So let's start off with JPM. We traded this off the open. Okay. As you can see, not the most narrow state at all. But what I saw is we had a elephant bar off the 200. And if you could see the other time frames, the 5 and the 15, it was also crossing on the 200. So we kind of had a trifecta, as Oliver Velez would say. So I went after it. I've been trading more on the 2 minute rather than the 1 minute, although I still love the 1 minute for the last 15, 30 minutes. Um, but the signal seemed to be a little bit better. But long story short, I had an elephant bar here, bought. I had a red bar takeout here, hidden, bought, had more takeouts, bought, and then when it got up to here, we sold and sold, which was wrong. It wasn't the right thing to do. What I was supposed to do was buy, uh, set the stop here, or ideally here, and from there, wait for the pullback and buy here a lot, and then let that ride up. And then there you get the elephant bar. That's what we were supposed to do. That's just not what we did, unfortunately. But we still made a very profitable trade. So, you know, no issues there. It's just things could be improved. Our next trade was Uber. And so Uber, me being the idiot that I am, I tried to do what I should have done for JPM, but it kind of was flawed. So we have the BAM, the open, narrow state, way better. We had the elephant. Then as soon as it crossed here, that's when you should have bought and then rode that up. That's not what I did, but what I was looking for is I saw a nice, I thought that was a 45-degree angle at the time, and the 20 is strongest when it's a 45-degree angle. So then I saw a elephant bar. I considered this right here an elephant bar when it was full off of the 20. And seeing that, I was under the impression that we would shoot a little bit higher than what we did. Now that I'm looking at it, it probably wasn't the best move, but I thought it was going to go a lot higher. Um, didn't end up happening. What ended up happening was it took me out, but I did a really good thing. I didn't lose more than a bar. And that's going to keep you in this game. That's what Oliver says. That's what Oliver preaches, and he's definitely right. One bar will keep you in the game, and that's what I did on this, and that's why that was a great trade, even though I lost. And now let's go to our next one. I don't think we traded XOM. We did kind of trade XOM. Well, the exact same thing as Uber. Um, Not really a flat state, but as you can see up here, um, it might have been worthwhile to get in right here with that angled as a 45. 45 is the strongest perimeter for a 20 and ride that back up. But what I did is I once again saw that elephant bar, or what I assumed to be an elephant bar off the 20, and it didn't work. And I lost a little bit more than a bar, but I was pretty heavy in this. So um, you take the losses. So that was fine. I traded XOM later in the day. I thought I did. Eh, okay. Here, um, if you look at the 1 minute, it's a lot better. Elephant, elephant bar, off the 20, down, up, down. That's what we're really looking for. That's why I say on the 1 minute, maybe the last 15 minutes, last 30 minutes, I really like the 1 minute chart, to be quite honest with you. And as you can see, it's here. Now, it would have been a way better trade had this dotted line, which is the previous close, have been right here, or the 200 been a little bit closer. Therefore, you have the move. So those are my three trades. Now let's go back over and let's start with Exxon and really look at the stock for what it did today. So we already spoke about the open. So here's a nice sell right here that I completely and utterly missed. I mean, I didn't miss it. I saw it, but this bar was just so big. I didn't want to touch it. Um, we have an elephant bar, which that should make you want to touch it, to be honest with you. But we had an elephant bar stop right here off the 20. You can cut that in half right there because it's such a big bar. So technically, you have a sell bar off a flat 200, and boom, sell. Easy, easy money. It's like taking candy from a baby. If we keep going, any other trades in here? No, that would have been the whole day. You would have said at 11 o'clock, no, there's no way. Okay, I was tripping. But even still, look how long of a trade that was. So now we have this right here. Do you see that? That's a bare 180, far distance away from the 200. You buy here, set the stop there, two lots, color change, two more lots. Heck, I would do two more lots here. I would just keep doing more lots, to be honest with you, if you want to make more money. Um, but do you see how I just rode it? Just rode it, rode it, rode it. Probably got out here, and that goes into my trade. We've already covered the ending. That's what we did. Let's go back to JP Chase. I'm starting to really like Chase trading Chase. It's pretty interesting. But beginning of the day, we already covered that. You have a sell sign here. Boom. Stop. Try to ride that. Let's see if it goes down. Yep, that would have been a nice trade. See if you have anything else. Okay. Bear one or a bull, or kind of an elephant bar, not really, but it's off a relatively flat 200 at this point. Like, let's see what it does. Nope, took you out. Reversal. Nope. Sell. Nope. And then we go into here. So that's the end of the day. And look how nice of a trade that was going to be. I should have held on. My stop was here. Bought, or sold here. I got out because I saw this. If you can see that level, hold on. Let's wait for this to erase. But if you see this level right here, I just thought that that wasn't going to get there. But especially because it had this, but more than likely that I should have stayed in there and I would have made a lot more money. A lot more. That's basically double. Um, and I guess that was the end of the day, I think. Yeah, that was the end of the day. And then let's go to Uber. I know Uber had one I really wanted to touch on. Let's see if I can find it. Yep, there it is. I think so. Yep. Maybe you could have sold off of here. It's relatively flat and down, up, down. Nice little mini whale. Or just sell it down, up, down. Right there. That's probably the better whale, to be honest with you. Uh, and then you have the same thing happen again. Um, and this is a good highlight. Here's a tail bar on the 200. So you would set your stop here, let it ride. And here's a nice one too. You see how this has a kind of a level of support. Elephant bar off the 200, stop, ride it out. And you see why I like the 1 minute. Elephant bar off the 20, ride it out. So a lot of these plays, I was doing a lot of things today. Pretty busy. Um, had a wonderful steak lunch. So um, that's all it is. We could go over the other stocks, but I think this is more for reliving the trade and going over stocks that we traded for the day. And today we only looked at really three stocks. So, hey, have a wonderful one. See you tomorrow. As Oliver would say, boom.